Is there anything as unpleasant as finding a hair or a small animal in the food you buy and eat? Oh really, there is, because we don't know how to prepare a food that we eat every day. So some people use a lot of dirty ways to make food we eat every day. Let's talk about dirtiest food preparing ways in the world. If you think the video is good, don't forget to subscribe us. So let's start the video. Now we are talking about bread. Traditionally, bread is almost never used with both hands, just like machines. Instead, most of the time, the legs of the flour mill worker are used more. Although the bread is traditionally made for a large number of people, the flour becomes very large. Therefore, workers use both their legs to knead the dough easily. The purpose of kneading flour in this way is to mix gluten with water and protein. Then the swelling of the bread will increase. So do the mix swell. When you knead the dough with your bare feet, you can see for yourself how many germs and the contents of the legs will be added to the flour. However, this method is still used especially in India as well as in some parts of Sri Lanka. No matter how traditional the method, stepping on a meal with both feet is not a bad thing if you buy machine-made bread instead of the traditional style bread. But before the machines can knead the dough, a lot of chemicals are used to soften it. When this is added, the flour becomes very soft and can be easily handled by the machines. But the main source of this is people's hair. In countries such as China, it is produced from the hair of women, and in other countries it is made from the strands of duck feathers. This is not only for bread but also for making biscuits. It is also used extensively in large-scale flour mills. Next we talk about potato slices or potato chips. Fried potato slices are one of the best things to eat on the go. However, too many potato slices are not good for our health. But these potato slices are worse than most carbohydrates and fats. Although I'm not known by name in the world today, well-known potato companies use a chemical that we think twice before eating. Sodium bisulfate is a compound found in creams used to treat fungal infections. If there are fungal infections in our skin, they will be removed. Did you know that these potato chips also contain the compound we talked about? The reason for doing so is to stop the growth of bacteria and fungi on the potato slices when the food is stored. That's why these come with good colors, no matter how long they've been in the packet. However, the FDA in the United States does not mind the potato chips being too small. That being said, the FDA has banned the use of this compound in any vegetable or fruit, including potatoes. So think about eating potato chips. Next we will talk about jaggery, especially from jaggery rounds made from sugarcane in Asia, to the little piece of jaggery we chew every day when we drink a cup of tea. In this large-scale production process, the juice is first ground into a paste and then heated in a large flat container. When the material solidifies, it is quickly added to the jars, usually using a device with a long handle, but as you can see in the video, people put sandals inside the jar and climb into the jars without anything. Eventually the toxins in the legs of those workers will be added to the food. Even though not all manufacturers work like this, remember that some work this way. Now we're talking about red food and drinks. Have you ever wondered how this red came to be if you ever bought a red milkshake from the market? In fact, the red color is obtained by dyeing. These dyes are synthetic, man-made, and naturally occurring. But where did human natural red dye come from? The synthetic chemical was removed and used in bulk. Now don't think that you are taking this red dye from some kind of plant. An insect is still used to make the world's first red dye. The ingredients in the food you eat are labeled. It said carmine, it means that the insect was used to color the food. This insect, literally called the cochineal bug, has been killed in countries like Peru. After grinding and soaking in the juice, we get this dark red color. Normally we use 60,000 insects to make these 1 liter. This is the condition of many red drinks as well as food. If you've eaten any dish that contains vanilla or raspberry flavors like chewing gum, this is what we are talking about. When you look at the labels on everyday foods, you might think that natural flavors are safe and good. The English word for animal is beaver. That's the castoreum, is a secretion from a gland near the anus of the beaver. Beaver uses this liquid to mark his limits, but as humans we use it as a flavoring. Nowadays, seasonings are a staple in many foods that we all eat, so we have eaten these flavors at least once in our lives. That's why it's a good idea to find out where these natural flavors actually come from, even though they are called natural flavors. Next we talk about marshmallows. This marshmallow is a favorite food of both children and adults. However, it was rumored that marshmallows were made entirely of sugar and flavorings, and that horse meat was used in those days. But that is a lie. Instead, most of these marshmallows are made from pork. Gelatin is the main ingredient in these marshmallows. Most of the fat is obtained from the fat as well as the fat of the pigs. That is why these marshmallows can never get halal certified. If there is such a certified type of marshmallows, they are made using fish gelatin instead of the gelatin obtained from them. If you are a vegetarian and have eaten marshmallows, it means that you have eaten pork or fish. Do not forget about the people who use good ways to prepare foods. Let's comment below and tell us what you think is the most dirtiest way to make food, and do not forget to like, comment and share this video. Subscribe us to know about world.